Hey guys, Alex and Dad from 7th Hour Films back again with Doctor Who. Last time around we had The Beast Below. What was that one about?
Well, the people of Earth had started migrating to other planets, and apparently whole countries built spaceships that literally took the entire counties or shires or whatever they are. And the Doctor and Amy land on the UK version, but there's something wrong. They can't figure out what it is. There's no mechanical humming. Ultimately, there's a whole lot of confusion, but it leads to the fact that the spaceship is being essentially powered by a space whale, which they've been torturing, and it turns out they don't need to torture it because they would have been happy to take them anyway. And there's some, silliness when they go down some kind of chute and end up in the garbage dump. But I do want to correct one thing that I said. Elizabeth the 10th was the queen during this, after a 500-year period. And I said that I thought that William and Kate's, Prince William and Princess Kate's oldest child was Louis. That is not correct. Louis is their youngest child. George is their oldest child. And if he becomes king after William, he would be George the 7th, I believe. Because William's great-grandfather would have been George the 6th. That would have been Elizabeth II's father. So, anyway, interesting overall. Again, it was fun. There was kind of an underlying, we have to treat the animals better. I don't want to say it's a save the whales kind of thing. It's certainly not Star Trek 4.
Oh, yeah.
But it was an interesting overall episode. And again, I like the pairing of Matt Smith and Karen Gillan.
Yeah. Like we talked about, it kind of completes the Doctor's arc that he's been going on since losing Donna. Of, he just sees almost like the worst possible scenarios, and he needs someone to help him, to almost guide him, even though he's supposed to be the one guiding them, through space and time. But they need to be a helping hand, which Amy was in that episode. And then at the end, they got a call from Winston Churchill saying there's Daleks afoot. So,
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So that's pretty much where we are today. You got anything else?
No, it's been raining all week here in central Oklahoma. One of the first days we don't actually have rain in the morning, so this is kind of unusual for us. It's supposed to be in the 90s. That is Fahrenheit for those of you who live outside of the United States. It has been in the low 70s all week, which is nice.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, everything's pretty much the same.
Yeah, we're continuing on. We're almost to the end of Torchwood Season 2. I actually went ahead and just bought a DVD of Season 3 because they took Torchwood off of HBO Max, and I have no idea where to find it anymore, so I've had to go to some other sites to find Torchwood, so I just went ahead and bought a DVD, so we'll be watching off of that. When we get to it, I know we've been saying it for months on end, but we are going to get to it, and we are going to watch it, and we're going to hopefully enjoy it, and it will all have been worth the build-up that we've had. So, anyhow, that's that. I guess we should just jump into this episode.
The victory of the Daleks. Sounds ominous.
All right.
Well then, time to roll out the secret weapon.
Oh, that can't be good.
Amy?
Winston Churchill. Doctor, is it you?
Winston, my old friend.
Amy actually has an outfit on.
So I will grasp with both hands for anything that will give us an advantage over the Nazi menace.
Such as?
Follow me.
Well, he got Churchill's pronunciation of Nazis right. He didn't put the T in it like most people do. Isn't this where they met, Captain Jack?
Yeah.
Our new secret weapon! What do you think? Quite something, eh?
And what is your ultimate aim? To win the war!
the most truthful thing it said.
Daleks, they're...
He invented them.
Invented them? Oh, no.
Yes, he approached one of our brass hats a few months ago. Fella's a genius.
A Scottish genius too. Maybe you should listen to.
Shh.
Not the time.
Totally hostile.
Precisely. They will win me the war.
What would I know about the Daleks?
Everything. They invaded your world, remember? Planets in the sky. You don't forget that. Amy. Tell me you remember the Daleks.
No, sorry.
That's not possible.
Okay. Maybe she was asleep, like Donna.
Would you care for some tea?
That would be very nice, thank you.
All right, Prof. Now, the PM's been filling me in.
Yeah.
Amazing
Do they have like a
things
lower intensity
these
setting?
ironside. I sent you back into the void. I saved the whole of reality from you. I am the Doctor. And you are the Daleks.
Correct. Review testimony.
I am the Doctor. And you are the Daleks. Testimony. What are you talking about, testimony?
Transmitting testimony now.
Transmit what? Where?
I know. The gaslighting protocols have ended.
You are my iron spies. We are the Daleks. But I created you. No.
Oh! Oh!
We created you.
Oh no, he's a robot!
What's happened, Doctor?
Well, I'm not going to say I told you so.
to know what they wanted.
What do you expect us to do now?
KBO, of course.
What?
Keep buggering on.
How about that cover now, then?
It is the Doctor exterminate.
Wait. I wouldn't if I were you. TARDIS self-destruct, and you know what that means. My ship goes, you will go with it.
You would not use such a device.
Try.
Oh no.
Go!
They have a light switch. Wow. It's so clean. And there's more of them. And they come in special edition Toys R Us colors.
The resurrection of the master race.
Yeah, Hitler would like a word with you.
There's too many master races in this show.
Gun down.
Yes, you are inferior.
What?
Yes,
Eh.
then prepare. We are ready.
Oh, this is awkward. Died for the cause.
What do you do to the ones who mess up? What do we do now?
Either you turn off your clever machine, or I'll blow you and your new paradigm into eternity.
And yourself.
Occupational hazard.
Scan reveals nothing. TARDIS self-destruct device non-existent.
All right, it's a jammy dodger, but I was promised tea.
I said no scans.
Danny boy to the Doctor. Danny boy to the Doctor. Are you receiving me? Over. Oh, Winston, you beauty!
They fly now.
Danny boy to the Doctor. Come in. Over. Loud and clear, Danny boy. Big dish. Side of the ship. Blow it up. Over.
Terminates the Doctor.
You missed.
Let him go, Captain.
Come on, my friend. Going in close.
It's just like Independence Day. Yeah.
Bracewell is a bomb.
Oh, dang it.
You're bluffing. Deception second nature to you. There isn't a sincere bone in your body. There isn't a bone in your body.
Oh.
Hey. Paisley. Ever fancied someone you know you shouldn't?
What?
Hurts, doesn't it?
What was her name?
Dorabella.
Dorabella? It's a lovely name. It's a beautiful name.
What was she like, Edwin?
Mozart's opera Così fan tutte.
Arise.
The only opera I ever directed.
Oblivion Continuum! Inactive!
What?
Time jump imminent! Prepare!
Welcome to the human race.
Good job, Amy.
Doctor, it's okay. You did it. You stopped the bomb. Doctor?
I had a choice. They knew I'd choose the Earth.
And you saved the
The
Earth.
Daleks have won.
Aye, Churchill. TARDIS key. The one you just took from the doctor?
Oh, she's good, Doctor. As sharp as a pin.
And he had been practicing that for some time.
So no running off, that's what I'm saying. Don't go trying to find that little post office with the ash trees or that girl. What was her name? Dorabella. Dorabella? No, I can't go looking for her. Mind you, you can get a lot done in half an hour.
There you go.
He looks very familiar, but I can't say from where.
Well, thank goodness he already had a bag ready.
So, you have enemies then?
Everyone's got enemies.
Yeah, but mine's the women outside Budgeons with the mental Jack Russell. You've got, like, you know, me.
You didn't know them, Amy. You'd never seen them before, and you should have done. You should.
Well, Amy just forgets everything. Oh, another crack. Another crack in space and time. All right.
Again, a lot of fun. It's very serious. I mean, we've only seen, 3 episodes now. But I like the direction in that they can still manage the humor. I like the fact that Amy is very resourceful. Kind of like Donna. Certainly not any of the, maiden in distress that we've seen from classic Who.
Yeah.
And again, a couple of loose ends. The poor girl losing her boyfriend or husband, fiance, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I think they're trying to show that in a war, it's inevitable that people die. There's a line from the MASH movie, or from the TV series, can't remember. 2 rules about war. Rule number 1, young men die. Rule number 2, doctors can't change rule number 1. So, I mean, there's that undercurrent. They don't beat you over the head with it. But again, they're also weaving that theme of, Amy, you should have known about the Daleks. How is it that you don't know? And again, leaving that up to next time, or whatever down the road on this season, they'll figure that out. But again, it's very fast moving. I don't want to say there's it's not a lot of crashing things and blowing stuff up, but it's very fast moving. The dialogue, the patter is great. Again, it's very enjoyable. It may not be Genesis of the Daleks, but it's still a very enjoyable story.
Yeah.
He does. I mean, this is the dilemma he's faced from the beginning. If I destroy the Daleks, I am no better than the Daleks. And again, that one of the best moments in the entire 1963 to 2005 is when the Dalek says, when Eccleston says, I should destroy you or whatever, and the Dalek says, you would have made a good Dalek.
Nah. Nobody likes the new Daleks. Nobody likes the new designs. The reason they made new designs specifically was because the old Daleks were specifically made to match up with the eye line of Billy Piper. And Karen Gillan is taller than Billy Piper, so they made new Daleks to hit up to her eye line. I'm pretty sure. At least I'm pretty sure. Always take whatever I say with a grain of salt, because I'm trying to remember comments I got like 7 years ago. So, but I'm pretty sure that was the reason why. But nobody likes the multicolored, Toys R Us special edition Daleks that they have in here, and so it's not that they're just, they will show up again, but they're going to be kind of phased out just a little bit. So, but it is still fascinating to see that this is, you can still trace this all the way back to the end of Series 2 with the Cult of Skaro. That, the Cult of Skaro, they ended up in Manhattan. 3 of them were killed, leaving Dalek Khan. Dalek Khan, emergency temporal shift into the Time War, saves Davros but loses his mind. Davros recreates the Daleks from his own DNA. Those Daleks steal the 27 planets. The Metacrisis Doctor destroys all but one ship that contains 3 Daleks. Those 3 Daleks then go to World War II, invent Bracewell, and lure in the Doctor to get his testimony, to work on the progenitor to create these new Daleks. All of that is just one direct line of where these Daleks have gone, basically.
And that's something else with the New Who. As we have mentioned many times before, from season 1 to the end of McCoy, continuity did not really exist.
Yeah.
I mean, they were all over the place. But now, and maybe it's simply because of the advances in storytelling, from the 1960s into the 21st century. But there are people now, and maybe it's the influence of Gene Roddenberry and some of the others, who said, this is the Bible. All right? This is, if we're going to do 7 seasons of a show like Star Trek or, Quantum Leap or whatever, here are the guidelines we have to follow. There will be no derivation at all. Yeah. And so whoever is in charge here seems to understand that there needs to be a set of guidelines, as continuity, so that we don't go jumping all over the place. And the people who've been faithfully watching this for 60 years are going, I don't get it. How did this happen? Where did this come from? So
I think part of that also would be the influence of the internet, because now in the modern series, it's pretty easy for anyone to go on MySpace or Facebook was definitely a thing by this time, and Twitter obviously, especially by this season. And so, anyone could go on social media or a forum or something and be like, hey, wait a minute, why aren't we following up on something previously, or does this contradict or something? Whereas, back even in the 80s, it's like, oh, wow, this may have contradicted something, or there's not really continuity here, they're not really following up on something. The most would be a fan would write a letter, at which point John Nathan Turner would probably immediately not read it and just throw it away because he didn't care. So,
Now, the other thing, and again, I haven't never seen anything really beyond this point except 1 or 2 episodes of each Doctor. It may lead into that theory that I've been saying for 60 years, that each of these times that he goes back to Earth and they don't reference something that happened before, it is because they're literally going into an alternate timeline, an alternate dimension or universe or whatever. So that all of the events that happened previous to this don't necessarily have happened in that particular universe. And this is one of those examples where he's saying, how is it that you cannot remember the Daleks from before?
Oh, yeah.
So, again, I'm sure that's not what the case is here. I'm sure they're building up to a great, season-long arc with this, or something that'll happen down the road. But that would be the easiest way for the Doctor to explain it to these companions, and saying, all right, what happened before, like the Dalek invasion of Earth 2050, whatever it was.
2150.
2150.
Yeah. That
people don't remember that in the future because that didn't happen on this particular version of this particular Earth. So.
Yeah, I mean, there are other things like, the episode with Salamander, where It's like, oh, well, in the far-off distant year of 2018, a guy that looks exactly like the Second Doctor named Salamander basically takes over the entire Earth. Let me just tell you, there will be a season of the 13th Doctor in 2018, and there is no reference to that whatsoever. It would have been funny if they actually brought up that again. Kind of a missed opportunity to do something like that, but yeah, there's just no reference to it. It's just like, yeah, that did happen, and then it didn't happen. So
Yeah.
but even still, with the colors of the Daleks and everything, it's like I still find this to be a good episode.
Yeah.
So
That didn't bother me at all. And again, I'm watching this more than a decade after this actually happened. So if I was a person who grew up on Classic Who and then started watching again with Eccleston, now gone through Tennant, and now into Matt Smith, yeah, I might be bothered by some of this stuff, but I guess I have a little bit more of a distance, more of a perspective.
Yeah.
So I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
I think maybe the thing just with the design of these Daleks is just that they're too colorful. I wonder if maybe it's a thing of people who were only watching modern Doctor Who. They started with Eccleston in 2005. They went through him and David Tennant. Now they're starting this. And those eras, the Eccleston and Tennant era, I don't know. It's not that it was colorless, but it wasn't a very colorful era,
Yeah.
And now, comparing the TARDIS interiors between the grungy coral of the 10th Doctor's TARDIS to the sleek orange, bright colorful of the 11th Doctor's, and then you get these bright colorful clean Daleks, and especially comparing them to the old Daleks that are right there that created them, and it's like, I wonder if maybe it's something like that. Around this time we've already been through Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, and those are they're great movies, but they're very colorless, dark movies, Yeah. And that's the point. That's their style, is to really embrace that dark aesthetic of Batman, But yeah, it's like I almost wonder if maybe that's the problem, is that we weren't quite ready for that amount of color. So, and it's funny because honestly, there will be another point where it's like, and now the color starts to dip back down a little bit. We go through another sort of colorless era for a little while, and then it comes back up. It's like we go through like highs and lows of color on this show. It's really interesting to kind of stop and think about. So,
and also, again, I know I'm kind of gushing over Karen Gillan, but when you compare what she's doing here to her character of Nebula, her Nebula has this incredibly dark, deep voice.
Yeah.
She's very mechanical, and even what she did in Jumanji, I guess there's 2 or 3 Jumanji films. For a young actress, she seems to have been quite versatile, and I'm very impressed by that.
Yeah. So,
now I haven't seen Matt Smith except in, what was it, Morbius?
Yeah,
I haven't seen.
He was in Morbius. That was hilarious.
And I haven't seen
House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon.
He's really, really good in House of the Dragon, and it's weird because it's like, when there are a lot of actors where it's like you see them in a role and you're like, okay, he's doing really well, but he is that actor. I can very clearly see that, and it is a bit difficult for Matt Smith because he has such a distinct face. But he really does sort of melt away into that character very well. And he's got like a long white wig on him and everything. But he was really good in House of the Dragon. He's one of the highlights. So, but yeah, it's like I watched a show called Broadchurch, which was a sort of crime drama from the UK. And it starred David Tennant, and it was one of the few times where, honestly, I forgot I was watching David Tennant. And it was weird, because it's like, well, it's still clearly him. He's still doing, a good job that he always does. It's not that he ever does a bad job, but for some reason, just that one, I don't know, maybe, he had a beard, he was very scruffy looking. I think the other thing, though, was he was actually using his Scottish accent.
That's something that has always surprised me, because after Good Omens, he did a lot of stuff, conversations with Michael Sheen that they recorded, I guess, during the pandemic, and when he comes on, and he scruffy hair, and he's still got the beard and everything.
Yeah.
Michael Sheen, of course, doesn't have white hair, and it's all he's literally got an afro, and David Tennant starts using his Scottish accent and was like, no, wait.
Yeah,
my first thought is, why is he putting on a Scottish accent? And I have to go, no, because he is Scottish. He used an English accent for Doctor Who.
Doctor Who, Good Omens, Jessica Jones, he always uses that, but Broadchurch is the one time he just uses his normal Scottish accent, and it works really well. My nose is acting up a little bit. It's been acting up for like a half hour or so. Think of something to talk about while I work on that.
All right. Well, I saw the next title up is The Time of Angels, so I'm guessing the Weeping Angels are coming back.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Clearly, it's going to be the angels from the Titanic. Clearly.
Anyway, but I'm going to forget this by next week.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, one of the reasons I will forget is we're moving into what we call tech and dress rehearsal week next Friday, which is September 5th, the week after we're recording this. Our theater is opening the Neil Simon autobiographical comedy Brighton Beach Memoirs. Again, I'm only producing, I'm not acting in anything at the time. Following that, we're going to do a new adaptation of Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express. Adaptations by Ken Ludwig, who did Lend Me a Tenor and Leading Ladies and Moon Over Buffalo and several others. So by the first weekend of November, that will all be behind us. We've got some good news on the new facility we're moving into. But after the 2nd of November until sometime in early 2026, I literally will have no job while we're getting the new facility ready. So I'll be much more in tune with doing a lot more of this.
Yeah. I guess I should go ahead and say next week is a two-parter. So we'll do those back to back, and we'll miss a Torchwood episode for next week. So one of these days, in the gaming industry, there are several games where like they were announced so long ago, and it's just like, we're never getting these games. We're never gonna get these games. Luckily, one of them's coming out pretty soon. It's a sequel to a game called Hollow Knight. And that was the recent joke. Is just like, all right, we're going to get news. Nothing. Finally, like 2 weeks ago, they were like, hey, it's coming out in September. And everyone was like, what? What? We can't be... what are we going to joke about then? So
now, if you'd like, we can record them back to back, but you can then separate them and show them 2 weeks in a row.
We might, yeah. I don't know.
He's only doing this to accommodate me because I hate waiting a week.
Yeah, he's gonna die if he ever catches up to the live episodes. Like it's terrible. And let me tell you, it is terrible waiting a week, especially. I always bring this up now, but that last season, that was like torture. Those last 2 weeks, because I was like, oh my god, please let the final episode of this season be good. Because that last episode was not good. That when we get to series 15, which is 10 seasons from now, but when we get there, that is going to be. Like I said, I'm gonna start taking up drinking. I'm gonna need those cigars that Winston was smoking. So,
drinking yes, smoking never.
No, I literally just cannot smoke. Yeah. So. But the drink we'll get. Yeah. We're gonna get the. I'm absolutely gonna get the Crystal Head vodka for that episode. So we'll start taking vodka shots for everything wrong with those episodes. Good Lord!
Someday I will tell you my story of the tequila shots and why I don't drink anymore.
Yeah. So, or maybe I don't know. What's something light like a?
No, when you get to. Grain alcohol, there's nothing light.
Well, no, I mean just in general. I don't know. Didn't you used to drink like rum and Coke or something? Is that like...
Yes, but even, rum is...
we'll dress up as pirates and we'll have a good time.
Yeah, but rum, most of these liquors, when they say that they're 80 proof, that literally means there's 40% alcohol in it. So, yeah, and since you've literally never had alcohol at all.
I'll just get cleaning products and injected into my veins when we get to those episodes. So,
but yeah, we'll figure out something.
and the only other two things to talk about with the episode, I will say, of all the episodes with a important historical figure, Winston Churchill's just not really utilized that much in the episode. He's just kind of there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's good and he's interesting, but I do like the idea, though, that the Doctor has met him multiple times during the war, and he knows about regeneration and everything, so that's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
And then I guess the other thing would be Bracewell and the whole thing of, oh, are you a man? You know, which that's a good sort of little speech by Churchill. It's like, oh, I don't care if you're a robot or anything. Are you a man? And he's like, okay. And they get the planes to fly into outer space, which was goofy but fun. And then I like at the end, the way to stop the bomb is to literally convince him. It's like, no, you are a human. You're not going to explode. And that works. And then, just giving him the relief at the end, basically, of like, oh yeah, we're going to come back and deactivate you in 20 minutes, half an hour. I don't know. How long does it take you to get to the train station? So he packed a bag. Every time, I don't know why I always say this, but it's just like, man, the idea of just packing a bag and just being like, I'm out of here. I can't do that. I've got video games, I've got CDs and Blu-rays and stuff. I would have to take too many bags to do that.
On the other hand, and I've mentioned this before, my father was in the United States Air Force. We literally moved every 3 years. And I got to the point where my entire life fit into a suitcase that was about 3 feet by 2.5 feet. I would and everything you needed, all your clothes, anything. So didn't keep a lot of souvenirs and things like that. And every time you'd move, you'd get rid of almost everything and start all over again. And again, while we were living in England, we lived in 3 different houses in 3 years. Started out in Herringswell, moved to Mildenhall, then moved on to base housing at RAF Lakenheath. So,
yeah. I mean, in theory, because I've thought about this way too much. This is what I think about when I'm bored and I don't have anything to do. Is how could I pack my entire life into 2 bags? And that's 2 bags, not just one. But I think like, well, okay, all my CDs. I love my CDs. They're great to pop in, in the car and stuff. But I think, well, I do have them. I ripped all my CDs so I can, I have that all digitally. It's like, well, all my games, it's like, well, like I'm all my games on, my Steam Deck. It's, nice small device. And it's like, well, what about movies and stuff? It's like, well, I can get those again, or card games or stuff like that. It's like everything is in a place where it's like, I could just fit all of this onto my laptop and just take my laptop with me. So I don't know, but it's nice having things. So
notice he doesn't say anything about personal items like clothing.
Well, I mean, that would also be in there. I don't know, but I mean, yeah, I would take clothing and stuff, but you can get clothing anywhere. Wherever I'm going, most likely there will be a Walmart where I can go get a shirt, But just fitting all the stuff that's taken me a lot of time to get. But you could probably put it all on a laptop and just throw it into a bag. So, anywho, I guess that's it. We've been talking about nothing for the last 20 minutes. So,
and how is that different from any other time we've sat down here?
I guess it's not. So that's what everyone comes to the videos for. So I don't know. There's a part of me that wonders. It's like, are you guys ever going to expect actual deep analysis of Doctor Who? Because I feel like, do we ever do it? We only do it if the episode is bad. That's the only time we're ever really sit down and talk about the episode is when it really is bad. So, but that hasn't happened in modern Doctor Who. Yeah. It will happen. I literally teased that with the alcoholism I'll be getting into when we get to that episode, but or maybe I'll enjoy that episode more. I don't know. I don't know, but that's basically it. We're gonna stop talking about nothing and we're gonna watch a Torchwood episode because that's fun. with all of that being said, we're Alex and Dad from 7th Hour Films, and we will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of our modern Doctor Who reactions, as well as another playlist with every Doctor Who reaction that's on the channel. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.